Hey guys, MegaZeroX here. Today, I want to show you something a bit different, and you guys were probably expecting me to review about this movie you guys hate, right?
No.
To learn more about the information, look this video about those two movies on my pal's channel on YouTube and see why they're not the same. I only want to talk about something that has not been getting it well, and why people don't like the sequel they've been waiting for since the past couple of years from 2006 to 2011. I'm talking about Cars 2. I know what you guys are thinking, the Pixar movie you people don't like so much. Speaking of which, this movie has not been getting many audience scores and a lot of percentage on Rotten Tomatoes. But if you guys pay attention to this, you guys are thinking that Cars 2 have some references that are rip-offs of James Bond that contain spies, but those are not the same. And why? But before I start, please note that I'm not trying to force your opinions. If you guys don't or like Cars 2, that's fine. Now, Pixar's former chief creative officer and director of Toy Story and Cars, John Lasseter, state that they will be making a sequel during their development when Disney unveiled the animation, slated that they will release it on the summer of 2012. But they later delayed it to release from 2012 to 2011. But despite of the development, the UK screenwriter had sued Disney and Pixar for the copyright infringement that there was a problem when Pixar was developing. In the spy scene, Pixar had to do references of James Bond when Finn McMissile went sneaking on his mission to see what they're plotting to destroy the world, and Finn had an assault rifle on his side, but different from James Bond. Speaking of it, Pixar had to do storyboards, layouts, and rough animations to complete the scenes when they were busy developing, and they were lighting it using their own proprietary software, Renderman. It took many days, weeks, months, and years before they start releasing it theatrically, and people begin not liking the sequel, because they were thinking that Cars 2 may be a rip-off of James Bond, but for me, I like that film. And you Minaminas, if you or don't like that film, I respect your opinion. But anyways, John Lasseter began designated to be the director of the sequel, and then became the Walt Disney Animation Studios executive producer of any future films, and then became part of Skydance Animation. Now, moving on, in spite of the James Bond references, MGM had made their own references for their future James Bond movies when they start their development. For Cars 2, they were making their own script during their development when they didn't want people to think that it would be very obvious that they copied James Bond. But people sometimes dislike this movie, but they always hate The Good Dinosaur that was one of Pixar's box office bomb. The Good Dinosaur wasn't always a box office bomb, nor Pixar's latest spin-off project, Lightyear, which later bombed at the box office when the audiences saw the movie's plot in theaters. And I don't get why people dislike Cars 2, which was supposed to be the best sequel, but people hate The Good Dinosaur more than any Pixar films. But anyways, that's all the time I want to show you guys. Thank you all for listening, and I would like to thank Minaminas for the review she made about The Good Dinosaur. This is MegaZeroX, signing off.